What in the world? All right. I don't want to scare you too much. Some of your brains just melted or exploded or something like that. Yeah, I'm playing Stryper right now. One of our elders and myself went to see one of their concerts last night in Louisville, and man, oh man, what a crazy time. And the reason I want to tell you about that is just because it was a concert for Jesus. The song playing right now is the single off the new album by this band Stryper that's been doing Christian metal music since the early 80s. So when we were there last night at the end of the concert, they threw out New Testaments. Both of us caught one, which was pretty cool. Their wild platinum blonde haired bassist tossed one right out to me, and I tossed one right out to my guy next to me. So Stryper, what's the name from? Isaiah 53:5, this is from the King James Bible, reads like this. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Stryper took the name because of that scripture. By his wounds we are healed. By his stripes on his back of Jesus we are healed. Now I want to comment on that a little bit because, yeah, we can listen to music like that has lyrics about the Bible, lyrics about Jesus. It reminds me of about a year, maybe 14 months ago, I took my son and my grandson to a Christian rap concert in Cincinnati at a large church, and there were about 8 to 10 rappers, all of whom are, I guess, pretty well known. Some are very well known, and it was all for Jesus. There were Bibles, there was preaching, and the lyrics of these musical compositions were Christian. For us to receive Bibles, and I was commenting last night, what if some of these Bibles were landing in the hands of people who were there to hear the metal music, but who were, not Christian, didn't have a Bible, didn't know what that was about? That's amazing. I've got next to me right now some more Bibles. Maybe you can see them on the screen. Because we've had new members join our church. I want to put those words in these people's hands. We've got 4 of them to hand out right now, including one to, a toddler. Pretty cool. Next to that, speaking of toddlers, we are thrilled to be supporting on a monthly basis, and more than that, sometimes, a ministry called Crossroads, and we're collecting money right now for their ministry. This weekend on the 13th, Saturday, they're having a walk in LaGrange to support young families making decisions about their pregnancies, or just to support what they need at their homes due to those pregnancies and the new babies. There's a lot going on, and it doesn't fit the mold. So in the name of that, I'm drinking coffee out of a very 1980s mug. Yeah, that fits really well with Stryper, doesn't it? Yeah. But the biggest theme about this, I told you about the heavy metal band that we saw playing music for the Lord, and about a rap concert we heard last year, music for the Lord, scriptural stuff. Right behind me on the other side, you can see a drum kit. We had some guests come by the chapel on Monday afternoon, actually late Monday morning, stayed up into the afternoon to visit the graveyard of their great-grandpappy who served in the Civil War, and he was buried right out here. But in the process, the older gentleman of the family, who's 81, while here in the chapel, he looked up front right behind me over here and said, "Y'all got a drum kit." And I thought, oh boy, here it goes. He said, "Man, I wish our church up in Michigan had a drum kit." We can't talk them into it, and they're all old like me, and they don't want to hear it. Then he looked up. Yep, there's a projector screen too. So we even put our music on a screen, heaven forbid. We got hymnals too, but you know, you can look at a screen too. Does everything in a church have to be exactly the way it was 50, 75 years ago, even 100 years ago? No. Are there good things that still remain from those times? Yep. And probably overall better than a lot of the garbage that's infiltrating churches these days. But if we're staying with Scripture, even heavy metal band branded Scripture, then we're okay. If we're putting Scripture in the hands of new believers and new members, let's go. And if as a church we're trying to support ministries that are for Him and for His causes, that's the right way to do it. Do we know what we're doing down here? No. Does He know what He's doing? Yeah. Let's follow Him. Come be part of our church family. We meet Sunday mornings, 11 o'clock. Usually there's something at 10, also either choir practice or Sunday school classes. This week is Sunday school. Wednesday nights we meet almost every week, 6 o'clock. We have a potluck meal. Some folks come for that. Some show up at 6:30 to go right into the study and not to eat beans and cornbread and chicken and dumplings and all that other stuff and pies and cakes. And yeah, I get it. Come be part of this church family. It's growing and hopefully growing for the Lord, not for anything else.